Broke is a joke? Tired of being tired? Come buy freedom with the Urban Money Manager, where debt-free is the place to be. I'm your host, the Urban Money Manager, and today we're going to study the greats. We're going to study the habits of successful millionaires. Now I know what you're thinking. Why do I need a video talking about millionaires? I could watch a millionaire on TV all day. I got something I want to share with you. I got a secret for you. The millionaires that you see on television are not your standard millionaires. They do not represent the common standard millionaire. All of that is entertainment. These guys are what I call Hollywood millionaires. When you look at the millionaires that are on television, some of them are enormously wealthy. Some of them make so much money and are so filthy rich. Even if they do stupid things with money, they make so much money they out-earn their stupid decisions. Then you got other guys who are millionaires, who are celebrities, but guess what? Within 5 years, they've gone flat broke. Some of you have more money in your bank account than some of the guys you once called millionaires. So that's what I want to show you and what I want to tell you as we study the greats, because guess what? In you studying the greats, that's what helps you become greater. When you study these millionaires that are on television, they don't represent the standard millionaire because they don't adopt the same financial habits that your average millionaire has adopted to reach their level of success. I mean, we just got to be plain and simple. Some of these guys have given you the illusion that millionaires spend their money on fancy cars, that millionaires spend their money on huge houses. They give you the impression that they're just throwing all of their money out the window. But guess what? Millionaires are very frugal. So much so that if you saw a millionaire, you wouldn't even realize that you saw him. Because that millionaire, the standard millionaire, looks like the average human being. You wouldn't even know that they were that rich. You wouldn't even know it. I mean, look at guys like Warren Buffett. Look at this guy, Warren Buffett. This is a guy that's worth billions of dollars. But do you know that he still has the same house that he bought from the 1950s? This guy, Warren Buffett, is a billionaire. Could buy any house that he wants to buy. This guy still has the same house that he bought from 1958. He paid $31,000 for his house and he still lives in that house. Most millionaires are frugal. Let's mention another millionaire. Maybe you just think that's the only one. How about a guy named Sam Walton? Have you ever shopped at a place called Walmart? Sam Walton is the founder of Walmart. Sam Walton was never known for driving luxury cars. In fact, what Sam Walton was known for was driving a Ford pickup truck. And you know what happened when they asked Sam Walton? They said, Sam, you make all of this money. You're the guy that started Walmart. Why is it that you're never driving around in luxury? You know what Sam Walton says? He says, luxury? What am I going to hold my dogs around in? A Rolls Royce? See, the guys who are the true millionaires, what you're going to find out about guys that are real millionaires is they don't care about showing it on the outside. These guys are not showboaters. That's the problem. You've been so busy watching television. You've been so busy watching quote-unquote reality shows that you think that everybody that has a dollar behind their name is a showboater. You've been so busy following people on Facebook that brag about things they don't really own. You've been following the media so long with people that have been commenting on things that they don't even own, you think that everybody has money is a showboater. The average millionaire is not a showboater. Because with the average millionaire, guess what? It's not even about money. Most guys who have become millionaires became millionaires because of the love of their craft. And it just happened to become wealthy in the pursuit of their craft. Understand that. Why am I sharing this with you today? Because this is common sense, but in our society, we've been brainwashed to think again, everybody spends their money so freely. But guess what? Do you know that most people who own luxury cars are not even millionaires? Did you know that? Most people who are millionaires drive regular cars. And their billionaire status is not based upon how much money they have to be able to blow it on material things and toys. Their money and their status is based upon how well they can sustain their lifestyle for their families. That's something I've been talking about with you in these past couple videos. Being a millionaire, and as you study the millionaires, you study the average millionaire, you'll come to find out that they have made lifestyle changes, as should you, that's benefited them over a long period of time. And you know what, guys? In the allure of glitz and glamour, we've forgotten the common sense idea that if you want to have a net worth of $1 million or more, that means that you're actually going to have to keep money and not give it all away. I mean, these are things that just make so much sense and they're so practical, but we've lost them in today's society because, again, you've bought into the hype. That's what I'm telling you. Don't believe the hype. If you want to build wealth, you have to pocket the money. It can't go out of your pocket to go to everybody else. You have to be able to pocket that money. And guess what? I don't know how many of you guys enjoy movies, but I remember it was a favorite saying in one of my favorite movies called American Gangster that was starred by Denzel Washington. And it said in American Gangster, it says, the loudest one in the room is often the weakest one in the room. And that's what you have to get in your mindset when it comes to spending money. See, you spending money, you're making yourself think that you're a big shot. As you're spending money, you think that you're portraying the life of an actual millionaire. But you've been duped by the media into portraying an image of a fraud. That's what I'm trying to tell you in all reality. Most guys who are millionaires are not spending money like that because they're not outward with their success. Again, they're very secure in their own lifestyle and they're not trying to outshine everyone else. Again, material wealth doesn't dictate their quality of living. The reason why they have the level of wealth that they've had and the reason why they enjoyed that wealth, because many of you might think right now, okay, well, if they're not spending it all, why does it matter if they have the money in the first place? You know why it matters? Because we live in a society where everybody is check to check. And what these guys who are millionaires were able to do is they know no matter what happens in their life, any emergencies that come up, any major opportunities that they want to take advantage on, they know they have the money to get it done. And that's what separates most millionaires from us. For most of us, if we happen to run behind on bills, or if we happen to find ourselves in some type of emergency, guess what we're going to do? We're going to go into debt, which means more calls from bill collectors, which means more money in wage garnishment, which means more problems. Whereas these millionaires who are not concerned with having the high-end labels, who are not concerned about having the biggest luxury cars, what their concern is making sure that when situations arise in their life, they have comfort. What millionaires realize is money doesn't make your life better. It doesn't give you a better lifestyle. It makes your life easier. It allows them to focus their time in other areas that you might have stressed about because you were living paycheck to paycheck. That's why I'm trying to encourage you now to get out of Hollywood. Get your mind out of Hollywood and zone back into the real world. Again, all of these guys that they spend all this money, all these millions of dollars is promotion to get you to spend your money. Why? So you can live the American dream. You can buy this, buy that. And guess what? At the end of the day, you have no money in your own bank account. What sense does that make? Why should you work yourself into the ground to buy all these things and then you have nothing to show for it? If you want to study the greats, you have to operate as the greats. And the greats don't spend money. The greats don't showboat like that. Only the perpetrator or only those that are in Hollywood. But your job is not to be Hollywood. Your job is to be authentic. You're not acting with money. You have the real money. Another big thing that separates us from so many of the millionaires, the superstar millionaires, is that millionaires, the standard millionaire, is a long-term thinker. That's what you have to understand. Most millionaires are long-term thinkers who only make decisions with the next 5, 10 to 15 years in mind. I mean, think about how many of us are so engaged in short-term pleasures that every single decision that we make is based upon the here and now. That's why we don't prosper in the future. That's why we go years and years and years down the line and we feel like we haven't gotten anywhere. Because we're so busy doing things for a short-term season, we actually haven't moved anywhere. That's what you have to do if you want to be able to have a winning mindset. You have to think long-term. You have to think about your future, not just with your money, but with your work. I mean, how often is it that most of us go to work every single day and we only want to take on tasks, the same old menial type of task that only allows us to get done with that day? How often do we actually take on work that could benefit us for the next decade? How often do we do work that's actually going to take us to another point, another level, another plateau of greatness? Most of us are just running and operating our work in a treadmill existence. Most of us just take care of our work like a rat in a wheel. We just want to do the same exact things over and over and over just to get by, just to live paycheck to paycheck, just to satisfy our short-term needs. If you want to get ahead, you have to be a planner, because the successful people are planners. If you fail to plan, you'll plan to fail. And you have to be a long-term thinker. I mean, it's simply put. Here's the last and final thing that I want you to take away from today's lesson. If you want to be able to build wealth, you have to be willing to base your decisions on tomorrow. I understand today is today. The challenges of today will weigh you down. Guess what? We all know that life will present challenges in your days that will make you want to focus on the here and now. But guess what? If you want to build wealth, you have to focus on tomorrow. And that's what's going to separate you from the standard millionaire. Most people who will continue to fail with money are so busy thinking in the short term. They're only so busy thinking about what they can see. They're not thinking about the light at the end of the tunnel. And because they make all of their decisions on the here and now, you know what? They block their future blessings. They block the things that can happen to them in so many years from now because they haven't planned for it. Here's what I'm encouraging you to do. I'm encouraging you to make decisions today that will benefit you for tomorrow. Don't make decisions today that's going to hurt you tomorrow. Make decisions for the future. That's what you have to do. You have to protect your future. And when you make the most of today, you'll make the most of tomorrow, because you'll protect tomorrow. That's what you have to think about. If you care about yourself, if you care about your long-term future, you're going to plan tomorrow by working today. So I want you to think about your dreams. I want you to think about your future. I want you to grind now for your future success. And I'll see you next month. This is the Urban Money.